Diane.
Hi, Carolyn.
Good morning. How are
I gotta
you?
turn up the volume. Say something.
How are you?
Oh, there we go. I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
How's the in-laws doing?
They're doing okay. Yeah, we see the doctor in a couple weeks for dad and we'll know more.
What about mom?
She's home from the hospital and taking her medication and physical therapy, so we'll see how she does.
Are you home?
I'm home for a few days. Yep.
Oh, good, good.
Yep.
Were you home for yesterday? For?
Yep. Yeah, I came home Thursday. Um, I watched, I was going south, east and south, thank goodness, because the traffic going north and west from 23 and 96 all the way to West Branch was bumper to bumper
Oh, oh my God.
on 75 north. I mean, it was bumper to bumper. I could not believe it. It was insane. And it
Wow.
was like, two, I would say between 1 and 3, 1 and 4 that I'm, driving south. And I was just shocked by the traffic.
And that was Thursday. Can you
Thursday.
imagine what Friday was? Oh, golly. Well,
Yeah. Yep. So, and I know, Fridays and Fridays going north and Sundays going south on 75 can be crazy because everybody wants to go up north the weekend. But it was Thursday before the fourth weekend and everybody was headed north. It was crazy. So how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good.
How was fourth at the tiny house?
Well, I was working yesterday,
Yeah.
and but they had great fireworks.
Oh, cool.
It was very, very busy up here.
Yeah.
They were capacity was full. They were kicking people out on the third that
Oh,
couldn't
wow.
stay for the weekend.
Yeah.
So, but kicking people out are people that run in for the week or whatever.
Right.
So, kind of
We,
felt bad for them, but happy for me. So,
yeah.
especially this one lady that came in. Oh, she was snarky. Not nice.
Yeah. Oh, found out we have a new set of neighbors that moved in 3 doors down. And according to my husband, they've had a pool party at their house every day since they moved in. Cars lining up and down the street, kids screeching and screaming. He goes, it's summertime. They've got a pool. It's been hot. But last night they put on a 2-hour epic firework display that would rival any town.
Wow.
I'm like, well, Wixom's are not tonight. They're not doing fire. And then we realized it's like, oh, it's because we could see them from our porch. It's like, oh, it's the new neighbors. And they went on for 2 hours. And I'm
That's
like,
incredible. You froze.
it's 11:45 to shoot off fireworks tonight, so we'll see.
Oh my.
It was about 11:20 when it finally stopped. I've never seen anything like it in our sub.
That's amazing. I can't even fathom being able to afford doing
Yeah.
fireworks for that length of time.
Yeah. Yep. Gracie wasn't exactly scared of them, but she wasn't sure of them. And she wasn't, so she and I went to bed and I turned the TV up extra, extra loud. Had the whole bucket of cookies to distract her.
Wow.
And she crashed after, a few cookies. She crashed and didn't pay attention to them. But I thought, because she's not been afraid of fireworks at all before. And I thought, this better not start it because I will not be happy. One thing she's not afraid of. Don't make her afraid of fireworks. But we'll see if they do it again today. Because I think legally you can set off fireworks tonight. Like,
Mhm.
and then you can't do it again until I think Labor Day. So hopefully it'll be a quieter night.
It will. Thinking possibly it will.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
I am working on Delta.
Ooh.
Yesterday I did 4.5 rows, which is the first knitting I've done in about 2 weeks. I've been trying to get this one purl row done on a stripe for about 2 weeks. And yesterday I'm like, I pulled it out and I had a little quiet time and I just been to Kroger Meyer and, got home, was cleaning the kitchen and I sat down and I'm like, I'm gonna do that row. If nothing else, I'm getting that row done.
Well, when you get to the end of the row,
Yeah. Well, I'm divided for sleeves, so it's just every 12 rows now I do an increase, but striping every 4. So
what weight of yarn are you using?
fingering. After hearing Sunny say I think she did worsted, I'm like, oh man, I should have done that.
I'm thinking about doing it.
There's Dale.
Oh, you can even hear him. I got my earbuds in, so he can't hear you.
You got one of those magnetic screens. That's nice.
Oh, let me tell you, it has saved so much on that cottonwood coming in.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, you can see it on the outside.
Yeah.
Put you on Johnny.
John had to power wash from the inside out to get it out of our porch.
Yeah,
It was stuck to the screen so bad, he said.
And our garden is growing kind of so much better than, oh, you wait.
Yeah. Your garden's going good this year?
It is. We didn't get crazy. like we did last year and get all these plants.
Yeah,
But we only bought the herbs that are on the porch up against the front. I don't think they were getting enough sun last year, and that's why they all died.
yeah.
But now they're thriving.
Oh, that's great.
And then at the camp garden, we planted well, actually 3 different kinds of tomatoes, 2 on either side. And then we had the Mexican sunflower in the corners, and then the 2 peppers in the back. So someone has kind of enclosed theirs. I mean, it's amazing. They have glass framing it, like not a fencing, kind of like a light grade fencing. And but theirs is wow. And the one next to us, couple down, I think it is. But we put landscaping blocks in a U shape
Right,
so that if nobody's on the other side from us, that their crabgrass or whatever the weeds that are growing, they don't come into our area.
right.
And then one of the staff told us about they have a big mulch pile and it's there for the taking. I don't know if it's for staff only or for what, but he told us about it. And so 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago, we went and actually Frank and Dale went and got buckets full and then brought it back. And then Dale said he's going to go fill up again and bring back because hopefully that's going to help.
Yeah,
But the thing is first of all, the garden area is too big.
yeah.
Not everybody, they have, I don't, probably maybe 50, 10 by 10, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one section, there's only a couple in it. Our section is greater populated,
Right.
but still you only need half the garden. But you don't know until you try to see how many, people are
Yeah.
interested in this.
Right.
And now Lindsay did a great job with tripods for
Mm-hmm.
sprinklers. She's got 4 of them, and one of them is right by us, which is great because we get good water. And where last year they just came in filled up the honey pot with water and came and did the best they could. And
Right.
this year they have the sprinkler tripods, which is far superior.
Yeah.
And even though when Dale walks in the garden,
Mm-hmm.
we have the landscaping block on the perimeter. So I
Right.
walk there. And but Dale walks inside and where he stood, you could
Mm-hmm.
just see the dry coming up.
Yeah.
So he's going to go get more mulch today, he said. And the price is right.
Yep. Yeah. I know when John knows I'm coming home, he makes a list for Home Depot or Menards or wherever, because his 2 cars don't hold much.
Oh,
His little Miata, his little 2-seater you can't get things in. So he's like,
you
okay.
can.
I goes, I need a couple bags of this and I need the fertilizer. And
Did you get a storm last night?
we
Late
didn't,
afternoon?
we got rain. I think the storm went just south of us.
I think you're right. Because we got the rain a little, not even enough wind to talk about.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it rained. And John said something about it rained, and I'm like, what do you mean it rained? I go, you mean when I was at the store? He goes, no, you were sitting on the couch. I didn't even know it rained. I think I was, knitting and I didn't even pay attention. In fact, it rained outside. And by the time we were talking about it, it had dried it all up. So I was like, okay.
Well, poor Dale. The store was quite busy yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and even though the only thing we have in the rec hall is cornhole games and
Right.
two of them, and ping pong, one ping pong table. And because the roof leaks, and they got quotes, but that kind of fell through. So they're working on another go through, finding somebody to come over and do the roof. So they don't have the real games in.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never seen that many people other than at night in the rec hall. They were, it was adults playing the cornhole, and they were just having a great time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun to watch also. But then we're also well, for the past week or so, we've been in boil your water.
Right.
And then Monday and Tuesday, they're shutting the water off completely so that they can chlorinate.
Okay.
But our area is not included.
Oh, that's good.
And the reason that we're not included is because Dale brought up, or has up here, the 55-gallon drum,
Right.
and he has a water power pump, I think he called it, to hook it up to. We used it in the garden to
Right.
sprinkle it, and then he said he could unhook the water from the tiny house, hook the generator up, and we could draw water from there for our showers if they shut it off.
Oh, that's good. How long is it going to be shut off?
Just Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
We're not included in the shut off.
Oh, good.
So I text Dale first thing as soon as I found out about it, because I didn't want him to go to all that work or
Right.
not.
Yep. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, he's got enough on his plate.
Yep.
This is supposed to be time to relax and just enjoy our retirement.
Yep.
Right. Dot, dot, dot.
We got up early and took Gracie up to the park up at the corner and up the street and ran her around while it was real quiet. No one else was there. John's been trying to get her up there, but he said this was the best she's done because I was, there was both of us, and she definitely does a little bit better when both of us are together. But she's doing real good and hanging out with just dad. So,
But she misses you. She's so used to you being there.
mm-hmm.
When you take one person out of the threesome,
Yeah.
sadly true.
Okay, here is my Delta. Smooth.
Oh, that is so pretty.
So
You
I just love the color. Absolutely love the color.
Oh yeah.
I go through phases where I'm like, am I gonna have enough? But I'm,
How many yards did you get of each?
I get 800 of each. So I would think that's plenty. That's 1,600 yards. On the body, this color is, you do the bulk of it at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then that same amount, so that 5.5 inches, I will do in the darker color and the ribbing at the bottom. So I should even out pretty well and then have a whole skein of each for the sleeves. And it shouldn't take a whole skein to finish the sleeves.
I'm thinking, the mink that Charlene had.
Yeah.
I have the gray and like a forest green olive. I don't know if you remember seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm thinking, you said fingering, that I could use that.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be pretty.
Uh, and I have it in hand,
Ooh, yes, that's perfect.
seeing how Sherwin's in Europe.
I know. Having a great time. Yeah,
It looks like she is. I
Eating
can't
her-
imagine her.
eating her way through Europe.
Last week, it was just Mary and I online.
Yeah.
And had a bit of a problem getting into it.
Uh-huh.
And the reason being, it kept giving me an error message of host is already in a different meeting. I think is how it was worded. I thought, what are they talking about? But she had gone into the old one.
Oh, okay.
So I kept fiddling with it, not knowing that's what the deal was. I kept
Yeah.
fiddling with it. And I finally found her. And then we found out the reason I couldn't find her was because she was in a different meeting that I was trying to get into.
Yeah. They make it complicated.
Sometimes you just have to read the fine print.
Yeah.
They all opened up the house so we could get some fresh air in there.
Yeah. It's a nice my husband's up on a ladder in the corner, scraping some paint and sanding and gonna paint a sill. And I can kind of see him right out the window here, but it's shaded. He's got the ladder out first thing. He's like, I just want to get it out. But where he's going, and he's like, I'm gonna do it now, at least start it because it's shaded and there's a slight, just enough of a breeze where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm like, yep, I'll sit in the dining room. That way I could just kind of see you going up and down and I know you're there if I hear a boom.
There you go. I took my shower and grabbed my knitting and a cup of coffee and came out and sat on the porch.
I'm sending a message to the group, letting them know we're on Zooming if anybody can join us, and then we'll see if anybody else can remember. People may have forgot or just, weren't sure. So,
Yeah.
but I know Jean also has a lot of family, so she may be busy for the weekend.
Oh, I didn't realize how big her family was.
And especially with one boy across the lake and the other one, I think
Down the
around
street.
down the street, it's keeps her busy.
It's nice to have family like that.
Yep.
My sister's getting a nursing home in Oklahoma,
Oh,
and Gail's brother, one lives up in Gaylord, and the other one is in Florida. And that's it. Needless to say, both of our parents are deceased. You got a birthday coming up next month.
next month, yep. It's a big one.
Uh-oh. 50?
60.
Oh, that is a big one.
Yep.
Dale's birthday's in a couple of weeks. And we're going to go to Frank and Ruth for chicken dinner.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. He said this time we're going to go shopping at Bertrand. He needs some items.
Yeah. Remember when the kids were in grade school going up to Birch Run, and usually whenever my mom was in town in July or August and doing back to school shopping for them. She liked to buy them some school clothes. So run up there and do a little shopping.
I have a friend that her in-laws would buy the kids shoes every year. That was their thing. When they need shoes, we're buying them shoes.
Yeah,
So when you said the clothes, it reminded me of that.
yeah. That was my mom too.
My mom just bought to buy.
My nephews were old enough to, when they were starting like kindergarten or even preschool and needed school supplies, she wasn't able to go, but she would send me with her credit card saying, okay, take the boys. I'm like, okay. So what are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm just working on this cowl.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty?
That
The
is
colors are great.
that is gorgeous. And how much
Wow.
longer do you have?
About this much.
Oh my. That's a lot.
But I'm being very good so far. Don't want to jinx myself.
Mm-hmm.
The fading lines that I'm working on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to show you. The only thing I had done on it when I put it away 9 years ago was what's the body of it.
Right.
I don't know if you remember the sweater.
The one with the zigzag front. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am trying to get organized.
Oh wow.
I only have, oh, there's the other. Here we go.
That is gorgeous.
I am so pleased. I have 2 more rows of the purple,
Yeah,
and then I bind off, and then I do the sleeves.
that is gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm very pleased with it.
Yep.
I told Dale, I said, I am trying very hard just to bring up whips with me, nothing else.
Yeah.
And it's getting there. But I wanted to take just no-brainers when I went into the store. So I
Yeah.
could just drop them.
Yep.
Oh, there. I like that better.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I was hoping Charlene was going to sell hers, but that didn't come to be.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot where I had put this. I really hadn't looked. And I was looking for something else. And lo and behold, there it was.
There it was.
So I'm very happy.
Yep.
I have four more rows on Komodo. Excuse me, on the sleeves. And then I
Oh,
bind off.
oh, how nice. I still have the whole body to do in the sleeves.
Ooh,
Oops.
I have my earplugs in, and I told Dale, I tried last weekend to put my earbuds in and to get them to work. Could not do it. So he said, where are they? I hadn't even told him. I said, but I want them for my iPad.
Right.
Said, being dead, done. There you go.
I know. Yep.
He found a grill at Home Depot. and he texts me a picture of it and says, "This is for Father's Day, birthday, and Christmas." I'm like, okay.
Okay, you're done.
And I guess I didn't say it correctly on the text, the answer to his reply. So I think it was Monday. I said, "Well, did you order your or go buy your grill?" And he said, "Well, no, you didn't say." I thought I did. So he didn't just, but I mean, this thing does everybody but put the food on the grill. It, I don't know how big it is, but it's got
Yeah.
to be huge because it's a grill. It has 2 burners, a smoker, a
Ooh,
pizza thing.
yeah.
I mean, it just goes on and on. And it looks to me like it's got everything. He said, "Yep." So miscommunication on my part. So, and then last weekend, our Keurig died up here,
Uh-oh.
and we didn't have any coffee found for the Mr. Coffee.
Uh-oh. That's even worse.
I know, but they have a Keurig in the office, and I was working,
So you got
and
coffee there.
I did. And I have this cup that keeps my coffee. Oh, did you see Mary's text?
Yep.
Okay.
I will take a picture and send her. She's probably trying to get into the other one.
Mm-hmm. Good thing you sent out the text.
Hopefully that helps.
I'm listening to, I was listening, I finished it, to Mitch Albom tape,
Yeah.
The 5 People You Meet in Heaven.
Oh, yeah.
And then now I'm going to read something about the train. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's, I, I feel comfortable not,
Here's Mary.
yeah, she's on mute though. You're on mute, Mary.
Hi, there I am.
Oh,
How are
yeah.
you? You're outside.
Hey.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How's it up there?
I'm actually home for a few days, so
Oh, well, that's awesome.
yep, so far so good.
Is their mom still in the hospital?
No, she came home pretty quickly, surprised us all.
Okay.
And is, we got PT at home, she's back on meds, and we're just kind of,
Here's Kiki.
yeah, she's getting physical therapy and
Okay.
to get her strength back. Because of, she was 24 hours on bed rest, and as physical therapist said, it takes you a week to get your strength back after for every day you're on bed rest. So hopefully, as she keeps moving, she'll do stronger every day. And just keep monitoring.
Did it pop up all of a sudden? That clot in her leg?
Kind of, yeah. They'd taken her off of her blood thinner because she's such a severe fall risk. They were kind of weighed the pros and cons of, keep her on it. She falls, she bleeds, take her off of it, risk a clot. And they felt she was low risk for a clot. Well, 2 weeks to the day that they stopped it, her leg started to swell.
Uh-oh.
And the nurse that comes to the house was out, that was on Tuesday. The nurse came to the house on Thursday and said, yeah, let's just rule out some things. I'll order an ultrasound. You can wait till Monday, that's okay. I don't think there's anything going on, but let's just rule everything out. Well, I wasn't waiting till Monday. I called him at 8:05 Friday morning and said, I need to get her in. I need to get her in now. I told them what facilities I was willing to drive to, which was quite a few. And I said, wherever you get me in, we'll get her there. They had us in a few hours. Said, yeah, you can go. The close one has the earliest appointment, get you right in there. Because especially with her age and ruling out a blood clot, they're like, yeah, we want to get her in right away. So, and from there, the radiologist basically said, yeah, you're going straight to the emergency room.
Ooh.
So,
Did you take her or did you go by ambulance?
I took her. The ER was packed. And
Oh.
I it was a hot day, the start of Cherry Fest, the whole 9 yards up there. Start of the holiday, vacation season for people, real vacation season for people. And I joked with the nurse after we're sitting in the waiting room already for, she's like, oh, well, I have you clocked you in at an hour already, wait, so it could be a while. And I said, maybe I should have said them call an ambulance from foster families. She goes, that still wouldn't have helped. You still would have been waiting in the waiting room because we have no rooms in the back. I'm like, well, okay. But they did a chest x-ray pretty quickly. And I figure that must have been clear because if it wasn't, they would have rushed her back sooner than they did.
Yeah.
But we were in the waiting room about 2 hours before they finally got her a room in the ER. And then she was in the ER until, even though pretty quickly they said, yeah, you're going to be admitted. There was no room in the hospital. So she was in, my sister-in-law came over after she finished up some work meeting, relieved me so I could go home to Dad and tell him what was going on. And, he and I went and, got some dinner and we got hot fudge sundaes for dinner.
Ooh.
And, then took him.
I like that dinner.
Yeah, took him on a little drive just to kind of distract him. And then I text my sister-in-law and I said, okay, I said, Dad settled down and getting ready for bed. I said, why don't I come up and relieve you so you can go home? And I said, you mentioned, you were going to come to the early shift in the morning to see the doctor. And she's like, well, the nurse tells me it could be 5 minutes or 5 hours before she gets a room. And I joked, I said, well, she goes, I hate to have you come over. And, as you're on your way over, they send us up. I said, if that's what it's going to take to get her a room, I'll head over now. Sure enough, as soon as I walked into the ER, I get a text from my sister-in-law. We're headed up to room A4526. And I'm like, see, told you that's all it was going to take. It was me come over. So we both waited about an hour, just to get her settled and make sure they didn't have any questions for us. And, she was exhausted, so she was going to go to bed. And we both headed home. And then
Yeah, but at least you got.
Yeah. And then we just took shifts going back in. I took Dad in and, then we'd go back at night. But she was able to go home sooner than we anticipated because the first doctors told us she'd probably be there a week. That was the weekend docs. And then the Monday morning doc came in and said, well, she could go home today. As long as you're
Oh,
willing,
wow.
as long as you're willing to give her shots and her medication at home and all this. And I'm like, okay, I know she'd rather be home. So,
Yeah, heparin shots hurt, but
yeah,
they're not that hard.
no. And I've given them to her before and given them to my husband, so it was all good. And I know it was much better for her to be home.
Would you take care of me if I get old?
Yes, I'll take care of you. I'll come to the tiny house and take care of you.
So I can only get sick between April and October.
I'll come to your house in Dearborn too. I'll come there too.
You're the best. When my mom was in the hospital, she had a vegetative growth on her aorta. No, her microvalve. Yeah, microvalve. And they wanted her to be on an antibiotic by IV.
Right.
And we can train you how to do it at home. I said, okay. The insurance said, no, you won't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always the challenge too.
So they put her in Oakley Commons, where I would not take my dog after that experience. I don't even have a dog. But it was terrible. It was a horrible experience. She went in.
Is that the one in Pontiac?
No, it's in Dearborn. It's Rotunda and Greenfield area, but it's one of the places they have apartments, condos, and then
Okay.
they have assisted living, and then
Okay.
it gradually goes down. But once you're there, and she was in the nursing area because that's all she was there for,
Right.
and she had her PT there. And the first night she got up, and the doorway to the bathroom was here, and the doorway outside into the hall was right next to it. Well, she made a mistake and she went into the hall. Then she lost her balance and fell. It was the middle of the night and she was going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So they called, she was fine, she didn't hurt anything. But then they put the toggle on her so she couldn't get out of bed.
Oh no.
And I said, I don't really like this.
Yeah.
So she's a fall because of her fall. And I said, well, yeah, she got confused between the doorways. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
And she had a roommate. And just to show you, the roommate would press her button, go to the bathroom, so she too was toggled. And time would go by, and she'd press it again. Time would go by, and then finally, after how many, my mom pressed hers a couple of times so that someone would come for her, thinking, okay, if both of us need to be handled at the same time, maybe that'll be it.
Yeah.
Well, the nurse came to the doorway and said, in a very angry voice, we're in a meeting now.
Oh.
We will get to you when it's done.
Oh, no, no, no.
So mom told me that when I went to visit her that day. And I said, no, that's ridiculous. So I go up to the nurse's station. They're all on personal phone calls.
Yeah.
And then when they finally get off, I tell them my story. And he said, well, let's see what we can do. We are shorthanded. Excuse me? You're on personal phone calls.
Yeah, you're sitting there on the phone.
Are you on break?
Yeah.
So then now she has to go to PT there. And went for the family meeting. And I had all my ducks in a row. I had written my list. And PT said, well, we're going to sign her off for PT because she's not improving. And I looked at him and said, well, the only time they allow her to move from her bed or chair is to come down for PT. What? So then she got much better care after that. But
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
have given her far better care at home, and I could have given her the IV. They were just going to put a cord in, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's crazy. I know one of my mom's hospital stays, um, she had been, it was like her second night, gonna be her second night, and we discovered through the day, and would have been nice overnight, but we didn't know it yet, to keep her regimented, be sure to give her, even though they're as needed, give her pain pill and give her something for nausea when you do that, and this and that. And I told my sister when she left, when busy hours were over, I said, I'm just gonna stay until change of shift, so I can talk to the nurse and just say, hey, we just want to keep it regimented, don't wait till she is in pain, give them every 4 hours kind of thing. And I told the evening shift nurse, I said, I'm just gonna stay around because I'd like to just talk to the night shift nurse just before I leave. And I said, I'll wait till you're out of shift, out of change of shift, all that. I said, I'm in no hurry. She's like, okay, I'll let her know. Well, I happened to just be walking by the door, and I hear her at the desk, because mom's room was close to the nurse's station, and I hear her going, oh my gosh, I'm not just getting started, and now the family wants to complain to me, and what do they want to talk? She was just griping already.
Oh, boy.
And I just quietly stepped out. I said, don't worry. You don't need to rush to come talk to me. I'm going to be here all night, and I'll just set my alarm, and we'll hit the call button when we need you. And walked back in the room and sat in the chair, put my feet up, got a blanket, turned my alarm on. And I ended up staying all night. And the rest of the staff was like, uh-oh. I'm like, and she was just like, she had like semi-horrified that she got overheard, but it's like, and the next morning, I even, one of my trips up to the bathroom during the night, I slid a note under the charge nurse's door asking to speak to her first thing in the morning. And I said, I'm spending the night because of an issue with a night shift nurse, and making sure mom got proper care overnight. And I could still be there depending on when she comes in. But if not, I would be home and back within the hour, and I would have a meeting with her. That night, when the night shift nurse came back on, she apologized to me for what I overheard. And they made sure that nurse did not have mom again.
There you go.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
When Dad was in the hospital, he was now on a feeding tube, and he said, I have to go to the bathroom. I said, okay. And he said, I've already rang the bell a couple of times and nobody's coming. I said, okay, I'll go down. So we went down to the nurse's station, and I said, my dad's been ringing for a nurse because he needs to go to the bathroom. Well, we'll get down there as soon as we can. I said, fine with me. You're the one that's going to have to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
And I walked away. They were down there, and guess what? They got there too late.
Yep.
I said,
Yeah.
not my fault.
No. No.
And that was two different hospitals Mom and Dad were at.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, though.
Yeah. It's hard, and I know that, things happen. Like when my sister-in-law was up there, one of the shifts, she was going to get mom a, request for like a Tums, I think, for acid reflux. She's, and someone said, well, did she get her Tums? In our group message said, well, I haven't asked for it yet because they're having a code next door, and I'm going to wait till that settles down. I'm not going to put my call light on while they're, trying to resuscitate somebody next door. So
Yeah, things do happen. Yep.
and mom was on the cardiac wing. So things happen.
Yep.
And I know I text one night, I was up there late with my mom, and I text my sister and I said, I'm not sure whether I should be feel safer or worried. But at the end of the hallway, there's an Indiana State Police sitting outside a room around the clock. So
Yep.
like, I don't know if I should feel safer or more worried, but
I've experienced all of these things.
yeah,
You know, you don't want to alienate the nursing staff, but at the same
no,
time, you want to take care of your loved one.
yeah. Well, after I ended up spending the night, that next night when my sister left, she goes, "Are you gonna stay?" I said, "I'm staying until I see who her nurse is gonna be." And I said, if I have to, stay again, I will. I said, I'm not dealing with it with that nurse. And my sister jokes, she goes, "Well, call me if you need bail money." I'm like, okay, that's good. I was like, that's good to know. I said, if you don't hear from me, then it's all good. I'm headed home. But
Roger was airlifted to from what used to be Oakwood Hospital to Beaumont Royal Oak, which is a fabulous place. And so he was airlifted. We got there, and he was being evaluated for ECMO.
For what?
ECMO,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Yep.
and he had the most fabulous nurses until Roger's in a coma for 6 days, from Valentine's Day to no, he went on the 16th of February, not Valentine's Day, and for 9 days anyway, he was in the ER, and whatever happened with the airlift, we don't know if it was cold. We don't know. They wrapped him up, and the only thing you could see was this much of his face. And we don't know if it was moving him from intensive care to the doorway to outside in the cold onto the helicopter or the helicopter ride over. But when he got there, they did not have to, they came in and tested him for ECMO. And they say that this is not the same person that was at Oakwood because something had happened in that transfer that we thank God for. But there was one student nurse that came in, and I said, I do not want her back. Not that she wasn't a good nurse, but every time she looked at Roger or anything around his bed with all these dozens of machines, she had the most horrible, scary look on her face that I thought something awful was happening to Rod.
Right.
And so I said, I can't have, and they tell me at the very beginning that be sure that you're included in the meeting between the nurses when they change shifts.
Right.
And every time I would walk up to her, it'd be like, I was scaring her,
Yeah.
she would, and I said, no.
No.
And the head nurse was a little upset with me. And I said, I'm sorry, but she is not, she's doing her job, I'm sure, but she's not making me feel very comfortable. And I
Yeah.
just can't have her here. And of course, Dale, Frank, and I were there. I would spend the night and the guys would go home. And Frank was still in school too, and then Tracy had to go to school. And but I mean, they set me up in the corner of his room. The first night I went, wow, this is really a big room. She goes, won't seem like that for long.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had 9 days in the ER, and not the ER, intensive care.
Yeah.
And my heart just went out to people that were going on ECMO. they have one tower there that is just for intensive care,
Yeah.
whether it be like, I think it was a floor down from us was intensive care cardiac. So, but Roger also decided he was gonna pull out his, was it his food tube? No, the one that goes, the respirator goes down. They wanted to leave him on another day, and I think he overheard what they were saying. So he waited until everybody was gone from the room, and then he pulled it out himself,
Yeah.
including the little balloon at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so that was late afternoon. And then about 2, 3 o'clock following morning, he thought it'd be a good idea to pull out his A tube, his A-link. And
Yep.
I think I had fallen asleep when he did it. And then everybody was there. And I felt really bad for his nurse because he was having a problem at home while in his personal life his mom was being taken into intensive care somewhere else. So he was calling to check. And he asked another nurse to take care of, will you stay with Roger? This is what's happened. I need him to. Well, he stepped out of the room, went to another patient, and came back, and that was when Roger did it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then his nurse came up to me and kept apologizing. And I finally figured out that he thought that I was blaming him for it. I wasn't saying anything to anybody after I went up, saw what was going on, and got out of their way.
Yep.
And I said, wait a minute, you weren't even here.
Yeah.
How could you have known he was going to do that?
Yep.
So that was, so the next morning, that morning, I should say, Roger was telling everybody how his nurse saved his life.
Yeah, the adventures in a hospital are always interesting. They're never the
Yeah.
same twice.
Yeah.
Mary, as I'm sure you know too.
Oh, yeah. I do. That's how I got knitting, actually.
Well, I didn't pick up my crocheting back up. For 4 years, my mom was in and out of the hospital. And then she passed away March of 2015. My mother-in-law went in the hospital in October of 15. And kind of just before that, I'd started picking my crocheting back up. And when she was in the hospital, my sister-in-law were crocheting kind of together to keep us, busy while we were waiting. And I'm sitting there thinking, why in the heck was I not doing this for the past 4 years?
Yeah.
I could have gotten a lot done in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
And I took my knitting up with me like the first time we went up, but there wasn't space. And, Dad and I weren't there a long time, and just kind of keeping an eye on him, making sure he was comfortable.
You were busy.
Yeah, that was a lot on him, a lot of walking for him. He did fabulous, but still that was a lot of change of activity for him. So it was so I didn't bring it after that.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, maybe I'll get that one row done that I've been trying to get done for a week. No, I just left everything. I just brought my water bottle after that. I'm like, no.
It's just one more thing to hang on to at that point.
Yep. So yep, I just left it home.
Mary, on my
Yes.
staging line that I showed you last week,
Yes.
I have 2 more rows and bind off, and I'm done.
Oh,
with it.
you're close.
Then I have the space. This is it.
Oh, look at that.
I'm not even.
Yeah, it's sideways. That's okay.
That is gonna be
That's
so,
like, I'm looking at it going, geez,
There it is. Beautiful.
that is so
I
pretty.
am so happy.
Now, is the body, it's hard to tell on my screen, black or brown?
Brown,
That's why it was looking.
yeah.
It's very pretty,
Right.
very pretty.
I am over the moon happy.
What are
And
you working
another-
on now, Mary?
Actually, 2 things. I started that Astro Pop with Marie Green,
Uh-huh.
and mine is going to be, this is a pale purple.
Ooh, pretty.
And then there's, the bottom is, let me see if I got my yarn right here. I think I do. The bottom will be this dark purple.
Ooh,
And then there's a pop of gray in there. Let me see if I have the gray here. So this pop of gray where the zigzags are.
pretty.
Do you
So
have a picture of the,
of the
the picture?
pattern, yeah, give me a second here. I think
Is
there's
that
one.
kind of like her 4-day knit along?
Yes.
4 day knit along?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it'll take me a couple weeks probably.
What's the name
Yes,
of it?
that is very pretty.
Oh, yeah. Well, now I see it. I was looking at her arm, not the top.
Let me see if there's another picture in here. Oh, maybe. Here's up on the yoke will be like all the colors. The zigzag,
Very
all the
pretty.
colors.
And what weight is it?
It's DK. I don't know if there's another picture. Let's see here. Here's the yoke in a different color. Oh, there we go.
Very pretty.
Oh, that is pretty.
So that's, I'm coming on that. I started it and I've never done this before, but I had the neck twisted, you know, the ribbing.
Oh,
Oh,
Like, oh, for Pete's sake, never done that before. Then the other thing I'm working on, let me push the stitches back here, is a tank out of linen. I think I may have showed you this last week, Diane, maybe. It's V on the front.
yep.
Can you see the V?
Yep.
And then on the back, it's a square neck.
Ooh, how nice.
Kind of hard to see, but.
Yeah, no, I like that.
So this is linen. I think I got it from her
Mm-hmm.
on one of the sales. So I'm just the round and round part, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm switching back and forth between those 2 things right now. Depending on where I am and what I've got handy and how much brain power I have, right?
Yeah.
There you go. I am trying very hard just to do my whips.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
kind of hard. It is very hard.
Yeah, it is. Carolyn's working on her Delta.
Yep. As soon
Oh
as I
yeah,
finish.
the pink.
Yep.
Is it pink?
Yep. As soon as I finish this row, I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yesterday I picked it back up after about 2 weeks. I got 4 rows done. So
Wow.
I've already done 3 this morning. So I am like cruising.
Cruising.
I'm cruising.
Yeah.
And I've done more in July than I have in June.
And it's only the 5th.
Yep. Well, and I got thinking when I was driving home Thursday, I'm like, I have only this year, it's, already July. I have only made a small baby blanket, a baby hat, baby booties, and baby mitts. That's all I've completed this year.
No, you did a
Well,
baby sweater.
I had that baby sweater was already made. I just had to sew the buttons on.
Oh,
Kind of cheated on that one.
okay.
I've got a baby sweater started that I just have to finish the sleeve. But and I have another another Anne Frank sweater to make. For the cousin of the little girl that I made the baby blanket for and all the other stuff for, who's due in September, so I've got time. But at the rate I'm going, I better hurry up.
yeah. You've been pretty busy though.
But
Yeah.
that is just like so unnatural for me, you know,
Yeah.
so unnatural for me.
But you're also away from everything that would be net wise, you know?
Yeah. I have a laundry basket that I have packed. Any potential supplies I might need, knitting wise,
That's a great idea.
that I just throw in my car and go. And this last time when I went up, I collapsed my Amish Swift, broke it down, and took my ball winder with me. Because I thought, I'm gonna get far on my Delta, and you know, I'll need to wind those last two balls, and I'll just take it with, and because I might need to wind this, and yep, haven't wound a thing, but had them with me.
And if you wouldn't have taken them with you, you probably would have needed them.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You would have been winding yourself, a little ball
yep,
from the backs of chairs.
yep. So
Is it super hot up there? Oh, you're not up there.
no, but it was supposed to be in the 90s today, like it is down here. Yeah, it finally warmed up, let's just say.
Yeah. No in between, right?
Yep. No in between up there. Okay. Here we
Oh, I can see it. Oh, it's beautiful.
go. Ta-da!
Oh, yeah. What yarn is that?
The light is Life in the Long Grass,
Okay.
and the dark is the sparkle yarn
Okay.
that she had.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So that's a sparkle, and this is
If you decide you don't want it,
yeah. I've got quite a bit of the one skein still left as I'm doing the stripes on the body. So ideally, and if things work out, I can, because they're only 400 a piece versus a lot of the others that are 440 or 460, 470.
yeah,
And I just get nervous in the back of my head going, okay, am I going to have enough?
right.
I've got 2 of each. So that's 1,600 yards. That should be way more than enough.
How long is the cardigan? Is it a little
Honest-
past it's not a shorter.
it can be if I needed, if I wanted it to be. As I get, and the stripes on the sleeves are not going to take a whole skein of this,
Yeah,
because the sleeve kind of already comes down to about here on me.
right.
And then the cuff is 5.5 inches
Of the dark.
of the dark. So I kind of estimated there's not a lot of in between. So I won't need a whole skein of this for the
Right.
sleeves, for the stripes in the sleeves. So I know I'll be okay, but you just,
Yeah.
every once in a while you get that nagging feeling in your head, like, oh, I don't want to put yarn.
I bought red and white cotton to do that, Rowan cotton,
Ooh, that'll be pretty.
but I didn't
What's
start
the
it
red?
yet.
That will be really pretty, red and white.
I'd like to finish these two before I start that.
What
Yeah.
shade of red are you going to use? course,
What's
the
that?
blue, what shade of red are you gonna use? Blue in
It's,
it or,
it's, I would say it's pretty much tomato red.
okay,
Oh,
It's
that'll
not,
be pretty.
it's a true red.
Yeah,
And
I
I
like
can't
that.
remember now, I had a choice between like a very light cream or a white, and I can't remember which way I ended up going. I may have gone with the white.
I like using white better.
Do you?
You know, I'm just more the bright, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a cream person.
Well, I would have wore it the other night when we were at fireworks on the 3rd. It was cold,
Yeah.
Wouldn't wear it tonight, I don't think. We're gonna try to get over to Otter Lake and see. We'll see if how he's feeling and everything.
Yeah.
We have a friend that's over there. They're doing it's Otter Lake Days, and they're doing a craft show and stuff, and
cool.
they shoot them over the lake.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's not too far from the house. It's about 20 minutes, probably 15, maybe something like
Yeah.
that. I don't like to drive too far. We used to go to Bay City all the time, but this year Bay City is such a mess. There's 3 bridges, and one bridge is closed, which is the bridge we would have crossed because we used to go into a gravel pit and watch them on the river. That bridge is closed completely. Then the second bridge is $5.50 each way to cross it.
Oh,
And the third bridge doesn't cost, but I just can't even imagine with all the construction and that mess up there.
yeah.
I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
plus it's probably a good 40 minutes.
yeah, it's nice because they finished the Zilwaukee detour, the southbound
Okay.
early, and they're not starting the northbound side until like 1st of August. So the month of
Okay.
July, Zilwaukee's wide open.
Yay.
I was telling Diane, I came home Thursday, so I was going east and then south. And from West Branch is where I really started noticing it, all the way to 96 on 75, the northbound side, all lanes were bumper to bumper. It was in through, down through Flint, I thought, okay, well, 23, when I branch onto 23 to get to 90s, no, from West Branch on 75 all the way down to 96. All
Wow.
lanes, whether it was 2 or 3 or 4 lanes, it was bumper to bumper.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah,
You and me both.
I just thought, oh my goodness. And this was mid-afternoon. It wasn't even like,
Yeah.
it was just insane. I was just, I just kept shaking my head the more I'd see it going, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Southbound side, there's nobody going south, so it was
Right.
an easy drive. Even driving through Flint, sometimes it can get a little congested, but nope. I was just like, holy cow, people.
When you pass Birch Run, I am 6 miles east on Birch Run Road.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of accidents right up through here on 75.
Yep. That's where I stop and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because that BP station has good snacks and a clean bathroom. So
Okay.
I go down to I turn in, go to the McDonald's parking lot,
Yep.
go to the back, go out so I can go
To
out
the
the
light.
light. So
Yep. They know our name there, so.
I got that all figured out.
Yep, that light is really a godsend, isn't it?
Yep, to get to the BP and not have to
Yep.
cross traffic.
Right. Well, even when I go to that McDonald's, I go out to the light, unless it's like in the middle of the week and there's no traffic.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I go to that light.
Yeah. And I learned about that because especially with Maisie and I would travel a lot, especially during COVID, they have little grassy area back there. So
Right,
I could
right.
pull back there, get her out to go to the bathroom, and
Yep, that's a nice little spot back there.
yeah, it was quieter and
Yep. A lot of people will pull the drive-through and then they'll go around and they'll go back there and eat their food.
Yep. And then you know, just go out to the side and go out to the
Yep.
light.
Exactly. I'm surprised I haven't seen you there.
Yep, yep. Yep, I know which stops have good snacks and the clean bathroom, so.
Yep.
I know when my mom was sick for 4.5, 5 years, I was driving back and forth to Indiana, and
God.
Maisie and I knew which McDonald's and Burger Kings to stop at because which ones gave out the dog cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Or, you know, pull in with her and she'd get the, you know, they give her a chicken nugget, or, you know,
Yeah.
Tim Hortons would give her a plain, you know, donut hole. You know, so
Yep.
we knew which ones to stop at. And if I stopped at one that didn't, she was not happy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they don't know what you're supposed to get.
Right. My
Why do
husband
they
likes
call
those.
them dumb dogs?
What was that, Diane?
Why do they call them dumb dogs? They're not. They're so smart.
They're not dumb.
No, not at all.
No. My husband likes those sausage muffins from McDonald's. And so if we're going anywhere, we try to stop, we try to go for the time
Very
that we
sweet.
can still get that.
Yeah.
And they used to sell them 24 hours, but after COVID, they didn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Are you home for the week?
Most of it, if not all of it, yeah.
Okay. So is your sister-in-law up there?
Yeah, one of them is the only time she could come up, and I know she was real worried about mom wanting to see her after she was in the hospital, and so timing worked out.
Yeah. Gives you a little break.
Yep.
Get caught up on your sleep, maybe?
Trying.
Yeah. It's hard, isn't it?
Yep, and laundry, and
Yeah.
you know. I've been to Kroger twice and Myers once since I've been home Thursday. Just getting the shopping done.
I started having Walmart deliver my groceries and I love it.
Yeah.
What is the charge on having your groceries delivered?
Well, for Walmart, it's $100 a year. And then I usually I've been tipping about 10% of the grocery. But I had a trouble the other day and I didn't get some of my stuff. And so I called them up and they credited me and they gave me a $25 credit in addition to the cost. I mean, I just told them it was about half of my stuff that didn't come. So I made a list of what it was and she could look up my account, right, and see that that stuff was supposed to be delivered that day. And she took my word for it and she credited my credit card for that. Plus she gave me this code to put in when I ordered again for an additional $25 off. So I just ordered the stuff that I didn't get and had it delivered later that day. So that's the first time I've had trouble like that, but it wasn't too much trouble. You know what it was is I think somebody just didn't pick up the second tub of whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they were busy or something. Well, when it came, I said to the guy, "Is this everything?" And he said, "Yes." And I thought, well, sometimes they're out of stuff and you don't get certain things. right? And so when I started looking, that wasn't the case, and there was a whole lot more than I realized was missing, so.
Yeah.
A friend
But
of mine
most of
ordered,
the time, you know, I really like it because it's a 2 hour window. And one time I had them deliver it at 7 in the morning, and they were here. It was supposed to be between 7 and 9, but they were here at like 7:02 in the morning. That's probably a good time to have them deliver. But you know, you have to be right paying attention if you've got cold food, you know, things that have to be tended, ice cream or anything, you know, meat. But yeah, I like it a lot.
a friend
Sometimes
of
I
mine
think it might
ordered from
save me
Kroger.
money. Kroger, yeah.
She said the difference between, she was ordering from Meyer, but the difference between Myers and Kroger, Myers, they go into the store and get food. Kroger, they
Yeah.
go into the warehouse and get the food.
Oh, so what's better?
She stays with Kroger because it's far better.
Okay.
Because if they don't have the item in the store, you don't get it. But they have all the items that she orders anyway in the warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done a few orders for John. Um, even, you know, when I've been up in Traverse City, um, and had either Myers or Kroger deliver them to the house. And we've done Meyer delivery up in Traverse City too. And it just depends on the window. And lately I've been
Yep.
trying to time it. They have a helper that comes in on Tuesday and she's there 2 hours. She helps mom with the shower and then she does light housework. So kind of when she comes, I just check in with her and say, yep, nope, everything's same, or, you know, nope, we're doing this. Check this out, you know, keep an eye on this or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I'm making a quick run to Meyer. And I've got my list, you know, ready to go, but it kind of gets me a slight break out of the house. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I just want to pick out my own things. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And
It depends on your shopper, you know, like how
yeah,
good, like great fruit and vegetables and that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. And the shoppers that we've had have been great, but um sometimes it's just nice, you know, it's nice just to get out of the house for a few minutes.
Yep. And you want to pick up. I get that too. Yep.
You know,
Sometimes I,
and
yep.
Sarah, you know, who comes in is fabulous and she can handle it. You know, she's like, okay, I'll hold the fort down, see you in a little bit. And I'm
Yep.
usually not gone no more than half an hour because the Myers is right around the corner from them now. And,
Oh, okay.
you know, I mean, in the 2 hours there's been some Tuesdays I've gone to Myers, come home, put everything away, gone downstairs, even got a shower in myself before she
Oh,
left.
wow.
So, um, the others I don't usually, the others are there a shorter amount of time. But it's just it's kind of like, okay, well, Tuesdays I know I could shoot out
Yeah.
and I've even, except right now, it's been so crazy up there, you can't always get a good window for delivery or pickup. But I've even thought about doing pickup at Meyer
Yeah.
because it's like, hey, let's go to, you know, on our way home from our drive, we're gonna swing in Meyer and pick up our order, you know. Um,
Now, when I pick up, I prefer Walmart because when you arrive, you've got an hour window. And when you arrive, it's usually no more than 10 minutes.
yeah.
Where at Meyer, it can be a little longer. It's
Hmm.
not, they don't do as good a job of having it right ready when you get there.
Yeah, I haven't done a Meyer pickup, you know, so I don't, you know.
What do you
And
guys tip for those places?
like you said, 10% usually, you know.
Okay.
Dad is still very old school, so when they would do the ordering themselves for a Meyer delivery, he always made sure he had $5 cash to give
Yeah.
them. And he
Yeah.
didn't, you know, he doesn't pay attention to his phone or email after the order's placed. So
Oh, yeah.
if they're getting back to you or substitution, or they say you leave a tip here, you know, anything like that, he doesn't pay attention to that at all.
Yeah.
Whatever comes, comes. He hands him the $5, and I'm sure that people see his age and, or see him and understand, okay,
Yeah.
not a big deal. But yeah, he hands him the $5 tip and away he goes.
Yep. Well, what am I from Walmart? I am probably 12 miles or roughly about that. So I don't know how they pay them at Walmart for
Mhm.
doing that. Like, are they on the clock when they come out, and who pays for gas? Are they getting
I
compensated
don't
for that?
know. That's something to ask Charlene when she's back, because that's who Randy delivers through. A lot of his
Oh, he does
deliveries,
that?
a lot of his deliveries are through Walmart.
Okay, yeah. Because with Meyer, it's like a shipped shopper.
Yeah,
So they're paid, I'm trying to remember if it's 10% of the order, and that's it. They're not paid anything else.
yeah,
They're not paid for, I don't think they're paid for their gas or any of that. They get 10% of the order. But I don't know, like when you go pick up at Walmart, they won't accept tips.
right.
They're paid by the hour through Walmart. But I don't, like I said, I just started the Walmart delivery. I decided I was going to do that. And, by the time I drive there, and then I always buy something I don't need, right?
Yeah,
And, it's the time, and sometimes it's hard for me to know when to schedule a pickup time, because you have to do it
yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Where if I'm doing a delivery time, that's easier for me to know, but I don't always know how he's going to feel,
right.
So sometimes I don't really want to leave him if he's really not feeling well.
Yeah, so delivery works out perfect.
It does. Yep.
My mom would have loved it in the winter time because
Oh,
before
yeah.
she got sick, and once she retired, she's like, yep, I'm from usually the end of October till March, April. She didn't get out and drive if there was snow outside.
Oh,
She didn't even walk to get the mail. The neighbor would bring the mail up to the house, but
oh, wow.
she's like, I'm not gonna take a chance of falling. I'm not
Yeah.
driving in the snow.
Yeah.
So like most of her grocery shopping, she would rely on my sister, would go to the store and bring it to her. But if
Yeah.
they had delivery, oh my gosh, she would have just been in heaven.
Yeah.
She
It's
could,
pretty nice.
she could sit there on her iPad and order it and
Yep.
have it delivered.
Well, I started doing it. My son told me about it when we were getting home, and I'm trying to think how it went. He was trying to figure out how to set it up for us for Meyer, because we're not so far from Meyer. Meyer's just right there in Birch Run. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably I think 6 miles or something like that. And we were having trouble because we live in a different zip code.
Right.
So one day when I was in the Meyer and I saw a ship shopper there, and I told her, I said, hey, I don't live that far from here. And I told her about where I lived and stuff. And I said, I'm sure that the zip code, you go that far, but because I'm in another zip code. And she says, just put down Birch Run zip code and then put some directions in there so that we can find you. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then once you do it, then they just re-up it every year unless you cancel it. So, and I haven't had any trouble with people getting here. So I thought, well, I wonder if Walmart will even deliver here, because it's even further,
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if they'd like come from Carroll, which is 45 minutes away, because that's the county, right?
Right.
But I asked the other day, the guy said, did you come from Clio or Carroll? And he said, oh, I came from Clio. So they are coming from the closer one.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, when you're coming home from the hospital with somebody that's been in for a month or so, to have somebody deliver groceries for you is wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
The kids, what's that?
last week I told Mary that our refrigerator died,
Oh, yeah.
and Gail went online and ordered a new refrigerator from Costco,
Yeah.
and it And the window that he had was between 12:30 and 2:30. And then closer to 2 o'clock, he got another update that they were going to be arriving at 2:38. But let me tell you, the guys that came in, oh my God, they were so, so nice. And the refrigerator, I like this refrigerator better than our old one. And I loved our old one.
Yeah.
Well, yay.
And it even has some fingerproof free, whatever it's called, that there's no
Yeah.
fingerprints on the door.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best way.
Well, I thought that may have been what we ordered when 10 plus years ago when we ordered our fridge or when we had the kitchen redone. But no, even the handles. I don't know what the coating is on it, but I sure do like it.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be on appliance order duty then, if he knows how to pick them out.
Oh, absolutely he is. Yeah.
The last time I got a new washer, it was during COVID and you couldn't go places. So I called up a place not too far away in Clio, and I'd never shopped for appliances in their place before. It was like a hardware store. And I asked them if they would deliver to my house, and they said, yes, but we won't bring it in. So I thought, okay, well, we can make that work. So I told them what I wanted, and they were telling me and the price and everything. And I said, okay. So they bring it out, and my husband's got the backhoe with the bucket, so they can set it on the bucket, and then he can raise it up to the level of the house and shoot it in that way. So yeah, that and it's an okay washer. I might have picked out a little bit different, but hey, for the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we lucked out because the price of the refrigerator from Costco included free delivery, a 2-year warranty, and take the old fridge away, all
Yay.
for free.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was Home Depot or Lowe's that for the same price. Oh, and then we also got $300 credit. They were having some special. So between all four of those items, spot on. And whoever he looked at, Home Depot or Lowe's, they would only give you a 1-year guarantee. And it was, I think, $50 to have it delivered.
Oh.
And I don't remember what it was to have it, the fridge taken out. But they came in, they pulled out the fridge from the wall, and they said, oh, you don't have some kind of adapter. Costco doesn't let us put those on. But I have the part in the car if you want to do it, in the truck, not the car. So they did their thing as much as they could, and then they said, okay, you can hook it up now. One of the guys stayed upstairs making sure there were no leaks while Dale was in the basement turning the water on and doing his thing after he had put the part on. And I mean, they took out our door so they could get it through.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, they were just amazing. So I would
Yeah.
highly recommend Costco. And when he left, he says to Dale, we really like you to give us, you're going to get a survey, but would you give us 5? I said, I could eat 10s.
Yeah. Well,
But then
that's
they also got a tip.
yeah, that's unusual that they would let, and that's fabulous because we had our refrigerator delivered. They would cannot connect because we didn't have the copper, whatever the connection is that they say you have to have. They brought it to us, but they couldn't connect to it.
Yep.
And we're like, okay, that's fine. We'll, but they were like, okay, well, since we can't connect, here you go.
Oh no,
Yeah.
this guy, he stayed and made sure everything was right. Told Dale, okay, if this is what you need to do, go for it. And
Yeah.
Dale says, okay, let me skinny behind the refrigerator. And I started laughing. I don't think she could skinny anywhere.
course, these were also the same guys that brought in the wrong refrigerator in the first place.
Oh,
Ooh.
gee.
Because at the warehouse, it got labeled wrong. 2 labels had gotten switched. So the delivery just before us got dropped. Our refrigerator got dropped off there. Thankfully, still in the box and just in the guy's garage because he was going to put it in the house later. So they had to go back, when I'm like, guys, this isn't the right one. This is side by side, and we have the French doors. And you know, and they were just chatting away with my husband, and I said to him, I go, I don't think that's the right one. And he goes, well, I said, look up your receipt. I don't think it's the right one. And he started to look it up. Then they started distracting by talking to him about connecting things. And I went around the island, and that's when I saw him. Like, this is a side by side. We didn't order a side by side. We ordered one with French doors. And I piped up and I go, this is the wrong fridge. And then the delivery kids they're kind of stunned. And they're like, oh, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I explained. And, even John's like, oh, yeah, that's not the right one. So they run out to their truck, and then they realized that the delivery before got ours. So they made a call to him and said they were on their way back to get it, gonna have to switch them out. We had his, he had ours. So they had to come take this one back out of our house, put it on the truck. And John's like, okay, I'm gonna be out there because if it's not in the box, I'm gonna inspect it before they even bring it in the house, make sure there's nothing, no dents in it before it comes in the house.
Right.
It was fine. It was still in the box. So, but that also put them behind delivery schedules. So when they got ours in, they were like, here you go.
Yeah. They had to scoop. Yep.
Yep. They didn't take all the plastic off or the, styrofoam rods from the door. That part's all good. That was easy for us to do. It was
Yeah.
just and then John had to pull it back out and do all the connections anyway. But it was he goes like, I'm glad you caught that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wonder really what would have happened in the COVID days, because
Oh, yeah.
they may have said, okay, we'll bring you the right one, but we're not taking that one back because it's already been in your house. I don't know
Right.
what they would have done, because IKEA did that to my daughter. When they were moving back from Florida, she ordered a dresser for her room, their room here, and she saw it on IKEA, so on sale, so she ordered it to have it delivered to the house. It came. Said it was going to come Sunday, but it came Saturday. So we're like, okay, good. And then Sunday, they're knocking on the door with the delivery. And we're like, this is for Caitlin Neeson. And it's like, she already got what she ordered. Well, this says it's for her. According to the sticker and everything. It's like, okay. And they're like, if it's not, it's like, she came and she's like, I didn't order that, and I already got the dresser yesterday. They said, well, we can't put it back on the truck because we've already taken it off. And
Oh, my.
so you can donate it or keep it, or, we'll deal with it. And
Wow.
she made sure she wasn't charged for it. And she called them and IKEA, and they're like, no, that was our mistake, and somewhere along the lines. And then we figured out that the warehouse had just printed an extra address sticker with her name on it, slapped it over on the box, and covered poor Miss Rachel, who was supposed to get her cabinet over her address label. And so Katie has this beautiful glass cabinet from IKEA.
Oh, wow.
Because they're
That's
like, just keep it, donate it, whatever you want to do. It's yours now. We're not charging you for it. It was our mistake, but because of COVID, we can't once it's off the truck, we can't take it back.
Wow.
So it's like, okay. But yeah, you wonder, okay, would we have had 2 refrigerators? Would they have had to bring us our correct one? Plus we have this one
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know what would have happened in that case during COVID, because that would have been
Guess you would have had one for your garage.
Yeah. Well, my in-laws needed a new one during the height of COVID, and my sister-in-law got online with Home Depot and, measured their space and
Right.
talked to them and ordered it for delivery, and I happened to be when I was up there too. So, the guys came in, they took the old one into the garage. We've got the space ready for it. We said, you don't have to hook it up. If you could just get it out in the garage, plug it in and take care of it. So they set it up anyway, and then they took the door off to bring the new one in, and they get it in place, and it won't go in.
Oh, no.
It won't fit in. And we're like, she's like, I measured 6 times. I talked to them, and they said, well, yeah, what they don't tell you when the measurements on that the company has, for dimensions, is kind of before they shoot in the installation. And when they shoot the installation in, like on the sides, it expands the sides a little bit. So
Oh, no.
it was just enough. It wouldn't fit in. We're like,
Oh,
well,
no.
I'm looking at it, on one side you couldn't do anything about it. The other side was drywall. I'm like, well, maybe if we sand he said, maybe if we sand down just a little bit in it, just enough to shimmy it in, because it's not much we need. They said, well, the delivery kids were so great. They said, we have a few more deliveries. I'm gonna leave you my cell phone number. You technically have 2 days to return it for full refund. Just call us if you need us back. In the meantime, my father-in-law and I are getting the sand bricks out, and we got the sander. Ended up, I was sanding and sanding and sanding, and it's still, trying everything. Ended up, I said, Dad, can I have your X-Acto knife? So he went and got me his X-Acto knife. He knew what in the meantime, Marianne's talking to my husband, telling him what was going on. And at the time, I'm scoring the drywall. John's like, well, she may just have to cut the drywall out. And when I come up in a few weeks for Labor Day, we'll, figure out if we need to. I just cut big whole drywall pieces out. I'm praying drywall out of the wall. Dad's holding the garbage bag as I'm stuffing drywall in. It was just, a section that we had to cut out on that side. It's in, and it's not moving. And as my husband said, when the house is sold, the refrigerator's going with it. Because if we take the fridge out, we have to repair the drywall. We don't have we don't have to repair drywall now. Fridge is staying.
Yep.
But yeah, had to cut out drywall and everything just to get that fridge.
Who would think that they would actually be bigger than what they say they are?
Yeah. And it's like just not by much.
Quarter inch or something.
For them, for their space, it was just enough.
Yep.
And probably drywall where it seemed, was blowed out just enough that, if you take a measurement here and here, but this part here maybe just hair off.
And houses aren't always square.
Yeah, and that hair was just what
Oh.
we needed. But we got it in, and it's been working great for several years now. So we just need.
Well, you probably could put thinner. There's different thicknesses of drywall. You could probably, if you had to repair it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I told John. I said, you're just gonna have to get thinner drywall and repair the hole. But
yeah,
at that point, he was like, you know what? You can't see it. You can't tell it's not affecting anything. We're just gonna kind of leave it for right now.
Yeah, I would leave it.
I'm like, okay, fine. So it's all good. But it's also a fun story about,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there I got the belt sander going, and dust is flying everywhere. And then, it's finally like, oh, just get me the knife. And then I'm prying drywall out of the wall. Dad got me the crowbar, and we were just prying drywall out.
Where's a camera when you really need one?
I know. And then, once we got the refrigerator in there and set, then I had to spend the rest of the day cleaning the drywall dust up from all over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but it was an adventure. quite
Life's an
the,
adventure.
yeah, it was quite the adventure to talk about. And sometimes you need those.
Yeah. We have a stone fireplace here, and the doors, it was built in the 50s or 60s, and the doors were worn out. They were like a gold metal color, and they're all pitted, and they don't slide anymore, and the screen is half gone. And so the deal was, I just wanted a new set of doors. Well, my husband wanted to redo the whole thing. He wanted to change the size of it and all this and that. And I'm like, why? That's a lot of work. Well, we got looking at doors and it's not a standard size now. So
No,
we were going to have to, figure out if we could make something work, or if he could, which way could he make it? Which kind of size could we make work? Well, I finally found someplace that wasn't totally ridiculous price that would make the door to our measurement.
right.
So I did that. Now you can get one for, I don't know, 300 to 500 or 600. That's pretty nice in the size that won't fit. Or I think we paid 800 and we got this one made for the size.
Yeah.
Okay. So he pulled the old one out, and the people that made it, there one stone stuck out a whole lot more. It's like field stone, split field stone. One stone stuck out a whole lot more, so it made the door be more out, and they just filled it with cement around the opening. Well, my husband doesn't want to do it that way, so of course he's going to take out a couple stones and make it fit right. Well, a couple stones, he's pounding on this thing, right? And I can see cracks, right? And more stones some are falling out, and he ends up with, probably 6 or 8 stones out of this thing. And the one that was too big protruding forward was a huge, really heavy stone. I mean, it was all he could do to handle it. And it was really more than he should have been handling, I'm sure. So he's out there with a chisel, and he's trying to trim this stone down, and he's fussing. He keep picking it back up and putting it up where it's, he's built a little form out of wood to help steady it. And he keeps trying to set it in this spot. And I mean, it's all day up and down, and I know it's hurting him. And finally he thinks he's happy with how he's got it. So it took quite a few more days to be able to get some of those stones back in place and cemented and all that. And another trip to Menards to get more cement.
Yeah, there's always trips to,
Oh yeah. And he's finally got all of it cemented back, and we're to the point now where he's going to pull the form out and then put a little cement on the back side, like inside the fireplace behind the stones. And that stone is still protruding a little bit. I think it kind of twisted a little bit when he was cementing it all. So it's still protruding a little bit, but he's like, you know what, I'm done.
yeah. Sometimes you get to the point, it's like, it's done.
He's been resting a lot to get this last bit of it done, but then we're done with this room. I'm so looking forward to that. When we can move the rest of the furniture in here. We did move some of it. And the floor is gorgeous. I love what he did. Really pretty. But anyway, this renovation has taken, I'm thinking he started it either in March or April.
They always take longer than planned.
Well, and he doesn't feel very well. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he can't work on it every day,
No, you
He
work on
can
a
work
little
on it.
bit
And
here
we
and
had
there.
our nephew came over quite a few times and helped with the floor and stuff, because that's hard work, getting up and down and cutting those tiles. And
Yeah,
it's a lot of work, and you're on your knees, and then we put heat underneath it.
yeah,
So we got a heated floor in here, which costs a lot, but I think we'll enjoy it a lot. This room gets to be cold a lot. It's
yeah.
a north room, so it gets the north wind. And anyway, that it turned into a bigger project, but I think when we get all done with it, it will be very nice. So, and he did get my closet done. Yay.
I was gonna ask,
Yeah. Projects always take longer than planned.
Oh, yeah. Well, the tile floor is cold on your feet, which when it's hot outside, it feels good.
Yeah.
Yep.
A couple years ago, John replaced our kitchen and laundry room with a kind of like a tile floor that he did himself. And Gracie's loving it. Like on days like today, she'll go
Oh,
outside for
yeah.
a little bit, come in, and then she sprawls out on her belly and cools off.
Yes. Yep.
My poor in-laws have been, they're always cold. Um,
Yeah.
but even, in this hot weather, we'll have the house open up during the day. Their house stays cooler than some because it's kind of really shaded in a little forest area.
Oh, yeah.
But it was nice to have some fresh air in and a little some warmth during the day. They were feeling very comfortable. And then dad goes to bed and I see him over at the thermostat. And so as soon as he goes to bed and shuts the door, I go double check and he's flipped the heat on. And
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, okay, we're shutting that off and maybe turning the air on for a little bit, just at a higher temp. I never put it down to like freeze them out, but I left it at like 76 just to get the humidity
Oh,
out upstairs.
Oh,
You
my
know,
gosh. And upstairs it's going to be warmer.
yeah, and I was downstairs. The first day we did it, I was like freezing down there, but I'm like, I don't care because
Yeah.
and then when I'd hear them stirring, I'd race upstairs and I'd turn the thermostat to off. So he thought that I just, and I get the paper and open the curtain. So he thought, I'd already, okay, yep, she's already fixed the thermostat, so we're good for the day. I'm like,
Oh, my gosh.
and I don't know whether it's just habit because all winter long, until recently, that's what we were doing every night was turning the heat on because it was cold until, the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So whether that it's just habit or he's just really, he's still turning his electric blanket on at night and sleeping with it. So
Oh, wow.
he just may be cold right now.
Maybe. They
But
get thin and they get cold.
yeah, and mom's when she lays on the couch, she's still got at least one. She's usually got long sleeve, a jacket on, and she covers with a goose down blanket. So,
Oh, my gosh.
and I'm sitting there going,
Can't breathe.
I know I'm in shorts, and it's like, but that's even John and I walking. We would take a walk around here, and I'm in tank tops and a short, and he's in jeans, long sleeves, got a hat on.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, yeah, you can tell one of us is having hot flashes and one of us isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
How long do these hot flashes last, man? I'm getting tired of it.
I know, that's what I keep saying.
I never really had them, so I can't tell you.
You didn't have them. Wow.
I would have a warmth, like, go through my body, done. That's all I have.
Oh,
I think
wow.
I had it so easy because my mother had it so bad.
Oh, well, that's good.
That poor lady. Oh my golly.
Yeah. I have done 5 rows this morning.
Wow.
That is like a record. I've just knit more in July than I think I did all of June.
Well, I'm glad you're knitting more. That's good for you.
Yep. Keep it up this week, and I just might be to the ribbings before Christmas.
Well, now you're just going to be zipping through.
Yeah. Yeah, because right now, it's just knit and purl, except on the after 12 rows, I do one slight increase and I'm not going to have very many increases because I know Nicola does a lot, they're all adjustable, hers a lot of times are longer than, because I think she's taller than I am. So I don't make mine quite as long as she does. So I'll just keep knitting and then try it on and see.
Okay,
Plus I've got
Carolyn.
5.5 inches of ribbing I gotta play with too.
I think most people are taller than you.
Yeah, I know they are.
How tall are you?
I'm about 5'2".
No, you're
I'm
not.
5'4". Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
5'2", and when I give you a hug, I'm leaning down.
Okay, well then maybe I'm not anymore.
I think you're more, maybe 5 foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
birthday, your birthday partner, my friend Paula,
Yeah.
she kept telling everybody that she was 5'2". So one day I walked up to her and I said, Paula, I'm 5'2", and I'm looking over your head. Oh, I guess I'm not 5'2" then, huh? No,
Yep. No.
I just say I'm a very tall 5'2".
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, I am just finished that row, so I'm gonna take this opportunity and say, oh my gosh, this has been fabulous.
Well,
This has
hopefully
been,
we'll get to see you next week too.
yes, this has been utterly fabulous. And maybe I'll even be further along.
Just
You will be.
relaxing and hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
be home. You'll be good.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend and stay cool.
Okay.
You too.
Talk to you this week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I thought when she signed off, it would automatically sign us off. Guess not.
Oh, guess not.
Well, we got like 2 minutes. Are you
Okay.
at I'm at the end of a row. Are you?
Mine is around and around, so there's really, it doesn't matter.
I'm just going to sit here and knit anyway.
Yep,
Knit
me
out on the
too.
porch.
For a little bit longer, yep. It's not hot
Yeah,
on your porch, huh?
No. It was, Dale came out around 7, and he said it was really nice out. So I opened the door because I could hear birds. And I said, why am I hearing birds? Because he has the house open, which is great.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like it looks like it's 85 and the humidity of 57. So that's probably not bad out my way either. I haven't been out yet.
Well, I stayed out here while he was fixing breakfast. And then I went in and had breakfast and then came back out. I
Nice.
got I got a few inches done on this. Maybe an inch and a half. Pretty close to.
I went to let the dog out and he had mowed more out the back yesterday. We have 7 acres here, so he mowed
Wow.
further back. There's a little creek that runs along there. And there was a deer like not very far from the back of the house.
Ooh.
So that was fun. I went and got him up. I said, "Hey, there's a deer right out there." So yeah, that was kind of fun. Then the dog started barking at the deer and he slowly walked back. You know, he wasn't in a hurry, but
He had faith that the little guy wouldn't be able to get him.
well, our dog, you know, she's all of 8 pounds, but she thinks that she's big.
Well, she has to.
Yeah.
And she is the boss of the house, right?
Say again.
She is the boss of the house.
Oh, absolutely. Our son went to New York City this morning, and he's going to see 4 musicals while he's there.
Oh, nice. Does he
He's
have
got
them
it
picked
all
out?
planned out. He's played in 22 musicals. He added it up the other day,
Wow.
and he loves to do it. He usually plays music, you know. He's played saxophone, French horn. He's been playing keyboard lately. But it sounds like he's going to be in charge of the musical at the high school now. But he just played in a community musical, and
What
he
was
just
the name of
loves
the
it.
musical?
Which ones? Let's see.
Yeah.
Did he say? Let me see if I can find his. He shared it with me, but you know I got to find it, right?
Yeah.
That's flight status. Let me see. I think one he didn't know for sure what it would be because he had to wait and see what you wait until the last minute and then you can buy tickets or something like that, one of those kind of deals.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta figure out where he shared it with me. It was like a Google document, I think. Where did he share it? Maybe I can't find it right now. Did he share it on a text? Let me see. He shared a picture of his hotel room and it's teeny.
Oh,
Like there's
In New
just
York?
barely enough room to walk around the end of the bed.
Mm.
Isn't that hilarious?
that is tight. Poor guy. Is he tall?
He's close. I think he's real close to 6 foot. But it'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Where did he share that? This is funny. I don't know how to find it. If it was a Google Doc. Um, hmm. Google, where did he share it? Activity? No. Is there one that's called like Hades or something? I think so. That's one of them. Oh my gosh. I don't know where he shared it. That's hilarious. I wonder if it's in the calendar. Nope, it's not in the calendar. I remember seeing it and I saw it a couple times. It came up on my phone and I looked at it and it had like the plane. I followed his plane. Found it this morning and followed his plane because plane left at 6 o'clock from Metro. And our daughter lives it's not a half an hour from Metro. So she drove them and they left their car there.
Where does she live?
She lives in Ypsilanti,
Oh,
like
okay.
right near Ann Arbor, a nice area of Ypsilanti, like Stony Creek and down that way, right on the edge of that township or whatever it is there. Yeah, I don't know where to find it. That's hilarious. I may have to ask Megan how to find it.
There you go.
Already shared pictures of flying into New York City. I saw those. Maybe when he sends something again, it'll come up. Yeah, because this picture here, let's see. This picture here is on a different platform. Let's see here. Oh, and he's the music department head at Jackson High School. And he asked to do the drama because it's an after school type thing. The guy that was doing it was doing really dark, almost inappropriate type stuff for high school students. And both him and the high school band director they almost shut it down this year because he said it was horrible and it was really negative and really dark. And it, he could have made it a lot less dark, but that's just the way he sees it, I guess. So they ended up firing him. And so John interviewed for the position this week and he got it. And they're going to send him to some training for stage rigging and maybe a theater ed conference. He knows all about the music, not as much about the acting. He has done some acting, but not a lot. So they're going to send him for some training, and isn't that awesome?
That is.
But then he will make sure that the performances are more high school appropriate. He's got a real good friend that's in Kalamazoo, and she does the drama department there. And I know they'll talk back and forth about choosing musicals.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Oh,
Frank was in theater all 4 years of high school.
Oh, yeah?
and they tried to. He was behind the scenes. He was tech support. Well, no, not.
Mm,
He was like lights and that type of thing.
yeah.
And then his senior year, he said to me, "I think I'm going to try out for the musical this year." I said, "You are?" He said, "I said you never tried out before." Oh, well, it's because I'm going for a part this time. Oh, got all excited. Oh, now I forgot the name of the musical.
Well, I found he's got a whole schedule here. Leave Megan's by 4:25 a.m.
Whew.
Leave home by 3:25 a.m. He's in Jackson. They landed at LaGuardia at 9 a.m. They're seeing the 9/11 memorial. They're going to the Met to see cloisters. I don't really know what that is. And then
Probably not.
tomorrow, oh, wait a minute, that's different days, sorry. The Met Art Museum. Then the musical tonight is Death Becomes Her. The musical tomorrow night is Hadestown. And then, let's see, Natural History Museum, a musical called Maybe Happy Ending, Times Square, Steinway Hall, New York City Library Branch. And one more show they're going to do rush tickets. So they got 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 shows. They're there from today until Wednesday. They're coming back Wednesday night. So Natural History Museum I see there. He's got even some of the places even where he's going to eat. He's planned it that much. I found it here. So shows we're seeing. Yeah, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, Hadestown, and some rush tickets that they don't know what it will be yet. And
It'll
then the
be a good time.
museums are the Met Art Museum, 9/11, the Met Cloisters, I guess that's a museum, and the Natural History Museum, in Times Square, Central Park, Steinway Hall, New York City Library Branch, and Dinner at Butter, Food Network chef restaurant.
Ooh.
He's got a lot crammed into those days, doesn't he?
Oh yes. There's New York is such a fun place to be.
Yeah, yep. And then he said yesterday, remind me to send pictures because I'm gonna forget to take them.
Oh,
He's already been taking pictures. He sent pictures, you could see the Statue of Liberty when they came in from the plane. So, well, so Megan's in-laws are Indian, from India.
yeah.
And they were here in April. And so one of the trips that they took from Megan's house, because Megan has like a suite in her basement for them. So when they come, sometimes they'll stay a couple months, right?
Oh,
Because they're retired, right?
yeah. Absolutely.
So this time they didn't stay quite that long, and a lot of the time they were here, they were flying different places in the States. They flew to California, they flew to Minnesota, they flew to Canada, and they flew to New York City. Well, when they went to New York City, they planned it around Megan's birthday, and they went and I think they saw Hadestown. And so they have a relative that lives like right there, downtown, right in like the theater district area. So they stayed there and they went and saw the musical, and yeah, they had a nice time. So, of course, when you're working, you don't have the time to do, you know, you have to cram it all in, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. So, well, I'm a music teacher and I raised my kids around music and dance, and there was some art, a little bit of art, not as much art, but my mom was a painter, so the kids did a little bit of painting with her. Um, you know, I know one time John was real interested in some art things and I took him to the School of Art or whatever it's called in Saginaw, and there was a program in the summer. So yeah, if they were interested in stuff, I tried to follow it, you know. And they did some sports too, but they weren't really into sports as much. But they both had piano lessons, and Megan was dancing. Oh, there was a while she was dancing 3 and 4 nights a week, which is a lot of dancing. But with her diabetes, that was a really good, healthy thing for her to do until she went on toe. She really wanted to go on toe, and we talked to the doctor, and they're like, "Well, make sure you get really good fitting shoes." So we did that, and you have to be a certain age because of your bone growth or something. So we made sure she was that age, and I went and spent a lot of money on really good shoes and had them fitted right and all of that. And she danced for not a real long time, and she had sores on her toes, and so she had to stop.
Oh.
It just wasn't going to work for her. I mean, you would cut your toenails every time you danced on point. You have to cut your toenails. Stuff like that, you know, which she did. She did all that, but just because she's diabetic and everything, it just, she wanted to do it one year and play and dance in the show like that, and she couldn't do it. So she said not too long ago, she said she wanted to try it again. And I said, well, you know, just make sure you go somewhere that's reputable for good fitting and pay it, you know. Don't order your shoes online or anything. She knows that.
No, yeah.
You got to be fitted right for them, that they fit just right. But it's really hard on your feet. So she's very well aware, you know.
Well, I'm gonna pack it in because it's not fun knitting out here anymore. It's,
Oh, it's getting warm.
yeah, it's getting warm up here.
All right then. Well, we'll see. Hopefully see you next week.
Absolutely.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be on.
I'm just trying to think what I'm doing next week. Sometimes I don't know a week ahead, you know? Let me see if
Oh,
I can
yeah, I
see
do.
it. Well, I think what I was going to do has been canceled, so I think I will be around.
Oh, good. All right, then I will see you next week.
Okay. Stay
Enjoy.
cool.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.